What is up, everybody, and welcome back finally to another episode of Private Purgatory. Now, as we always say, make sure to send those games. The link and email or whatever is all down in the description below. We're actually running very low on games, so make sure to send them if you want to see more of this quality content. And today I actually have a very special guest joining me. Welcome,
Hello.
Yeah, so Faust couldn't
Hi
really
guys.
make it, and I managed to get Vulcan instead. So this should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen today. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, should be indeed. Anyways, on team one, we have a weird named Russian guy, I'm assuming. I don't know. He hasn't deployed anything yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what he does. And on team two, we have Anne's Dan playing what looks like to be Entente, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go with the weird Russian guy and Dan
Yeah,
for
pretty
this
much.
game. Oh dear. Yeah, we got the Vigers coming down already. We've got the Thatchers in there. I mean, it looks like pretty sort of almost standard stuff coming out of Dan. Just interesting to see what's going to come out of Baltic. He's put down those two KA-52s. It's going to be some sort of weird helicopter rush.
Yeah, that's what we all love seeing on this series, so.
A tactical outplay, that's what it is.
Yeah. Throwback to some old school memes. I just love how he has a Hilo CV parked right next to his fob.
He is going for a completely new definition of airborne deck, I think. Not a single ground unit. All out helicopters.
I mean, he could have gotten an Mi-26 instead of the fob, then it would have been true to that.
Oh yeah,
But
true that.
we can forgive him this time.
What a letdown.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Dad's just going standard by looks things, just like OT-62As with the infantry in there, and then you got the M84A and like really good like recon tank just pinned down to the bottom. It doesn't. I'm assuming he's just not seeing this coming. Like he doesn't know what's going to happen, but it's most certainly going to be an Akula Mi-24V helicopter push, which is interesting to say the least.
I mean, that's a very expensive Hilo blob right there. Usually people rush with very cheap Hilos, but not our
Yeah, you
weird
normally
Russian player
see
here.
the
And
Lynxes and stuff, you know, like
yeah,
the 20 mil rockets or
like the
whatever
pro
they are.
tactical out players.
Land all those stingers in your base.
Yeah. Yep, and off we go. Anyways, it's kind of unlucky for him that he's facing Entente, which is one of the better decks for dealing with Hilo rushes in this game. All those Savas, all those Bobs.
Oh yeah, the Savas will
Yeah.
absolutely wreck that blob. That's if he has one though, because he doesn't so far. He does have the OTM 60PB with like a stinger in it.
He does have one
Um,
Sava, but it's going down bottom.
yeah, it's just not in the right place.
But the
There's
Akula,
nothing on the top side either.
yeah, the Akula can easily snipe it, provided he's microing well.
Well, he is stopping short with the Akulas, keeping them further back.
Oh,
So
he's attack moving with his healers. This is not how you Hilo rush, my friend.
he did manage to snipe the AA infantry before they dropped out though, and that convoy just got absolutely wrecked. But Dan's already bringing in the drop one there. Two of those drop ones
Yeah, that's
on their way.
not a unit you see very often. It's
I'm not sure
even,
they're gonna have the range, are they?
No,
I
they're
mean,
not
they have
definitely.
2,600 range, but those Akulas can outrange them very easily.
Wow.
All the Sava gonna take down one of the Akulas.
Yeah, but all those Akula misses on the Sava, that's the luckiest Sava I've ever seen. That must have been like, I don't know, 6 or 7 missiles that missed.
So
But-
one of the 6 aircraft is dead. I'm not entirely sure why those helicopters have come down to the bottom side though. Like surely you want to go all the way through and try and take out the Commander Alpha before he reinforces with more anti-air.
Maybe we misjudged. It wasn't a Hilo rush. Maybe he's just, as you said, playing a weird airborne style.
Going for the actual tactical
Oh my
outplay.
god.
The IL-2 coming in with that massive bombing strike. That is going to demolish that infantry.
Did a lot of damage for sure.
Okay, it looks like he's had enough. He's going back
He's
to
going
base.
back. What the fuck? What is going on? Oh my god. He hasn't deployed anything else after the game start, aside from that bomber.
Yeah, he just saved that for the bomber by the looks of things. Just brought that in, and he's going to go back and land all of these units and get them going again. But it looks like Dan may be ready for a second time round. He's brought in two more Sabers. He's got the two Strops there at Alpha.
Yeah.
And it looks like what he's going to do with these Strops is try and like hide them in the buildings, I guess, so that if the helicopters do get too close, he can just peek out with them then and then get the kills. So
Yeah, if they fly overhead, they'll get damaged a lot because the thing with the Strops is they get outranged by the Akulas. So that's actually really well played by Dan.
yeah, it's just now we just got to wait for the reload to come in here. What I would love to see is like a bombing strike
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. Can you imagine on like all
That
of
would
those
be beautiful.
helicopters?
I mean, if he used those Heras for scouting, then he could maybe do that. But also keeping them around his base is not a bad move, so he can see at least which side the helo rush is coming. If you could even call this a helo rush, like I honestly don't know what's happening.
This guy just loves helicopters, right? You know,
Yeah,
he just
maybe.
that's just what he's going for. And just all kind of sat there waiting to go again. The Akila's gonna take ages to reload. It's currently on like the 3-4 SAL missiles. It's gonna take ages.
Oh yeah, that's true. And we do have an Mi-28 being called in. Also, another helo command, Cap Delta, because he is bleeding to his opponent, so the proper reaction.
Just bring in an undefended helo and to go capture Delta. I don't know how he's gonna get away with that, but it looks like he will.
But it's not undefended. His army is very mobile, you see. That's the strategic genius.
Mi-28 joining the expensive helicopter crew.
Oh, they're lifting off. It looks like he's
They're
not
going
fully,
again.
rearming them.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming he's gonna go up the charge onto Charlie now instead.
that would be really ridiculous if he did that. But yeah, one thing I would like to see Dan do is use those Heras to see where the blob is. He must be confused as hell. Because like, if I was playing like this and, I saw 6 helos fly towards my spawn and then just disappeared, I'd be very confused as well.
Yeah, because it destroyed his like first convoy in the mid. It like did a lot of damage to the stuff on the bottom side, and then just the weird Russian guy just decided like, nope, I'm gonna go back to base.
Yeah.
It's fine. Damage has been done. We can give them a little bit of respite. We'll tease them somewhere else later on.
Got a R&D repair those helos, but his Charlie incursion here might be very successful. There's no anti-air here. There's a Sava being called out now, but it's gonna be way too late.
Yeah, the PvPs might be able to do damage at close range, but other than that, yeah, like you said, there's nothing really here to stop
Yeah, but
this blob from doing a lot of damage.
the K-52s with their exceptional optics should be able to spot the BVPs before they actually do damage, but ooh, one of those Mi-24s is taking a lot of fire. Seems to be kind of reluctant to attack though.
I think he's trying to search for the command, honestly. I think that's what he's trying to do right now.
Oh, IL-102 coming in to clear the area.
And that's just bombing those BVPs, isn't it?
That's very smart. He's opening up a path of attack. Now he's clear with those healers.
It's gonna come back in. What's gonna happen? I mean, I just don't know what's gonna happen. Like, sure, like either what's gonna happen is the weird Russian guy's name is gonna like get hit really hard and have all his like helicopters shut down and lose, or Dan's just gonna like rage quit or something stupid.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I mean, if Dan rage quits, I'll just be use this hell. He does snipe the CV there.
Yeah, that's one down.
L18's gonna fly overhead.
L18.
And yeah, the game is over with. Wow, Dan actually rage quit out of that game. Oh my god. I did not see that coming.
How could you do that? Surely.
He had it. Like, he just lost the CV. All he had to do was consolidate his Savas.
Yeah.
Hold the tube, or even just go for his spawn. Like, if he used the Heras to scout properly, as I said, he would have known that there was absolutely nothing being called out. But
I can't believe.
yeah, wow, that was ridiculous.
Like I said, true tactical outplay.
That was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, as usual, guys, we have plenty more games following, so make sure you stick around, and we'll see you shortly. And welcome back to game 2. This time we have Xander Turon. It's quite well known in the community, especially on the subreddit. Check out his channel as well if you haven't. And yeah, should be interesting.
Who's this on the other side? You're gonna work that one out for me.
Who's on the what side now?
Is
Sorry.
it like Chinese
yeah,
name?
no, this is a weird Chinese guy now. Staying
Or Korean? I
here.
don't even know. I think it's Chinese.
Yeah, it looks Chinese. I wouldn't know though.
So we have what looks like the blue dragons. Is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it's not a deck you see a lot in this meta. So very
On
interesting
Xander's
that he's
side.
playing it. I mean, it's
Yeah, and
not too
on the
bad.
other side,
Yeah,
we
I,
got
I saw what it was deploying. Pirates and
the,
Pumas. Wow, that.
the full French heli.
I love the fact that they're in stacks of 2 and they're not on top of the forest. That's how you know it's a good healer rush.
Yeah, because you can. Well, generally, what we would see is all of the helicopters. You spawn them over either like water or like over the trees, so that they start in the air with their engines on. But when they're on the ground, they take that little bit longer. And
But you see, it's the delayed action. You will never see
yeah,
it coming.
exactly. Yep.
Maybe he could even pull a Karagoth and fly his healers all the way down the bottom and go to spawn or something. I'd be amazed if that were to happen. But we'll just have to wait and see. Although one great benefit of playing Blue Dragons is the Ninja Exceptional Optics A Hilo. So Xander is gonna have a big advantage in spotting this early on and being able to properly react to it.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. This ninja could do a lot of work. It does lack the missiles to shoot them all down, but then he does have things like the Tansam short arrows and stuff, which are pretty fast on road, so you might be able to react to it pretty quick.
Yeah, and also all the autocannons in Blue Dragons help out a lot. Things like the Hachina no Shiki and the KFVs,
Yeah.
all those different amazing APCs. Also, he's starting with a mortar in his base, which is rather interesting.
Where is this?
In Alpha, the
Oh
107
yeah.
MSP, it's not moving with any group, so I'm assuming he's gonna use it to smoke his CV or something. It's actually really smart. In case
Just
of a
to
healer,
like,
just to
yeah.
smoke your last. I've never ever thought of that, and I've been playing this game for 6 years now.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting thought now you mention it, but it is starting to move, so.
Maybe I projected too early.
But it's a
But
nice idea that you made up
yeah,
yourself.
well,
Yeah.
thanks for Xander for inspiring it.
Oh,
Anyways,
the
yeah,
Celtic
the
one shot.
ninja does spot this. That exceptional optics very helpful. But yeah, our weird Asian player is doing the Karagoth. Too bad he won't be successful.
Well, these pirates do have 20 mils. You might be able to shoot down the ninja.
Yeah, but Xander is aware of what's happening, which is very important.
Yeah, the Tansam short arrow isn't far away either.
Yeah.
And generally, these French helicopters aren't particularly great. That Puma 330 with the command in it, I'm just waiting
Leading
for
the
that to be
charge.
shot down. Why would you have that at the front? Gazelle Celtic arriving very late to the party.
Yeah.
That would have been nice to accompany the other one that got shot down by the ninja. He's still managing to get around though, which is interesting.
He is, and Xander is not actually responding that well. He's buying Tansam short arrows in a heavy forest and urban environment. Usually you want those over open fields where you have more room to snipe the helos.
Yeah, also the AH-1T
Yeah,
coming in here,
not
which
a
is a bit
good buy. That's
weird.
yeah. He could have like bought Hachina no Shikis and some infantry with MGs, considering his CV is also in the town. He can protect it really well.
Needs to get that mortar back for the smoke, mate.
Yeah, that actually be a good idea. But would it really? Because weird Asian player has infantry in helos that he can unload.
Oh, but the
Need to take
AH-1T
it.
is coming in hot.
Yeah, but the thing is that Xander doesn't know which helo is carrying the command. So
That is very true, actually.
that's extra hilarious. For all he
This
knows, there's no
330.
CVs here. But why isn't he unloading? I guess
Yeah,
he's
I think
trying
it's
to
just
inch forward, but
delayed.
yeah. And Xander not buying anything. It's just really weird. Like no response whatsoever. Xander even moving his CV, which is dangerous, but thankfully the opponent's CV wasn't unloaded yet, so
It's
Lucky
still
him.
not unloaded. I don't know what's going on. Is it eventually coming down? Yep,
Yeah,
there it
there it
is.
is.
Okay,
There we go, finally.
finally.
Not moving up those chasseurs though, but at least he's
I
got
think
alpha neutralized.
Xander's more focused on trying to like rush through the delta.
Yeah, that's actually what he should be doing in a situation like this, but he's unloaded all of his infantry in the back, which isn't that great, but I mean even those KFVs and K200s could do some damage if they react fast enough.
Tansam short arrow. It's got one rocket
Yeah,
left.
it finally actually killed something because at the start of the game it fired 4 shots and missed every single one, which was absolutely ridiculous. Those chasseurs, however, really need to find that command ASAP. And now Xander's moving his CV, which is allowing his opponent to buy units, which of course he's not doing because it wouldn't be private purgatory otherwise.
If he could actually. Oh, here comes the smoke. You weren't wrong. The smoke's actually coming down on top of that
Oh,
ZV.
it is, yeah. It's gonna buying enough time for the K1s to get there.
This is ridiculous.
It
Like,
really is.
how did. Okay, how did the other player not buy in a unit by now?
Yeah, it also doesn't really make sense. He is defending his Delta CV somewhat effectively though, which is not a usual for private purgatory helo cheesers. Normally what we see is they rush to the opponent's spawn and then they lose their own spawn because they
I
don't
think it's
defend it.
just Xander not really paying much attention and allowing his KFVs to just get sniped by these chasseurs over and over. They've used up like what 7 of their rockets. It's ridiculous. They're just getting so many kills.
Yeah, all of them did go down. Meanwhile in Alpha though, those K1s getting stunned up and worried. But lucky for Xander, the chasseurs in Alpha are base, which why would you ever want to use them? But like I'm not gonna question anything. Oh, was that a side shot or something? Yeah, it was. Look how much damage it did to the forward one.
K1 taking a lot of damage. I guess if he sort of jumps forwards, he might be able to get some like decent side shots again. He might even be able to use the smoke to his advantage.
Could. No, we got firing computer reset. Wow, those K1s are really unlucky. Smoke is what might get him out of situation, but look at those chasseurs. Oh, they did go down, which is very unfortunate because our Asian player had a lot of opportunities to take out that Alpha CV.
Yeah, the only hope now is like the pirate maybe or the tiger, but those are gonna get hit by the KFVs if they come too
Yeah, oh, the
close.
commando spare actually killed the first one, but I don't think the CV is gonna live. No, no, that's very, very unfortunate. Getting cleaned up there.
Yeah. What was almost a successful heli rush, like even though it just like got spotted so early on.
Yeah, it shouldn't have worked, but it did to an extent.
Exactly.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. Although that tiger is still in his spawn, but it finally went down.
Yeah, Ninja comes out of nowhere,
Yep.
snipes him down.
He's still reinforcing with pumas across the map.
He's coming in for more.
Yeah.
He's not gonna give up that easy. Gotta
Oh my
get his
god.
infantry over. Wait, he's turning some of them back? Okay, never mind. It looks like he just wanted to group them up to make them easier to shoot down. But he's managed to defend his own base against the push through from Xander. And in terms of score, he's still ahead, which is quite funny. He has no map position whatsoever, but still, you never know.
Yeah, absolutely none. I'm not sure what he's doing with these pumas though.
Yeah, just try to work out where they're going as well. Those Hybyungs gonna be able
Flying
to do a
over
lot of
MGs.
damage.
Yep.
Oh, that's nasty.
If he flies the second group over, I swear. But nah,
Oh,
won't be able to because the ninja got to them first.
yep. The Vulcan miniguns coming in there to clean up that Puma.
And did they do? And now,
No chance now,
yeah,
surely.
yeah, surely. I mean, Xander should close this game out in 2 minutes tops from this point onwards. It'd
Yeah,
be
he even
interesting to
has
see what happens.
the OH60 in like the very top side, like Xander, by the water, just to check out there. So I don't think there's any chance of the Asian player getting any troops anywhere near the spawn
Yeah.
of Xander from here on out. And also, we have the commands now coming in from Xander as well to clean up this game and get a lead on the board.
Yeah, that +2 tech's gonna be very useful, but it's gonna be neutralized because our Asian player does have a Puma with a CV moving into Charlie.
That is very true.
One thing Xander should have done by now, however, is roll to Charlie over and secure that.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see he's not that far up with these like Sachongsu in the mid, like with that Foxtrot. And we also see like a lot of infantry dropped out with the Kairoki, WAPC, and Chumats and the JSDF Rangers near Bravo.
Bravo, yeah.
Like they could all be way further up. Like
Yeah.
maybe even taking those buildings where those chassis just dropped into like the top side of Charlie.
Yeah, especially on this map, you can basically cut off your opponent completely from Delta by holding on the three bridges.
Yeah. And those Chumats are really good for doing that as well.
Yeah, exactly. With the high-speed laser, you know, can do a lot of damage.
And ninjas floating around. Looks like it's wanting an engagement with the Tiger. That Tiger though has its rockets and
It's the HAP,
ATGMs
yeah.
turned off.
No, it's not the. Oh, you mean the Tiger? Sorry.
On the
The
Patsy
German
Tiger.
Tiger, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad that he didn't buy these at the start because at least the HAP has the Mistrals, which are very useful, as you could see shooting down that ninja. I think it also
Yeah.
outranges the ninja, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
the Mistral has like the 2,600 meter range, I think, and then like the Ninja's like 2,400 or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Which would have been extremely useful at the start.
Yeah, maybe that Tiger's just got its weapons turned off so he could like attack move it towards that ninja, but I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. I think we're just sort of seeing the long wait until Xander starts like bringing enough CVs to start ticking the conquest points up.
Yeah, he could have ended this game like 10 minutes ago, but he chose not to. Although one thing I'm really impressed about is the Asian player having the micro to turn off the rockets and the ETGMs on that Tiger. Like on his level
Yeah.
of play is just amazing to see.
Like he knows what he can do.
Yeah.
But can he
Uh,
actually do it?
Yeah, but deploying your helos on top of the forest, that's too much to handle, you know.
Morse's Chongzu coming in for Xander. He's going to make a push onto Charlie. Oh, that Puma's picked up the command infantry again.
He's extracting it out of there.
He's like, get out, Ben.
Oh my god.
I can't defend you.
There's absolutely nothing defending Charlie, yeah.
What? Why is there nothing more coming on the ground? Like, does he just not have any ground forces? I'm assuming he doesn't. It must be like an airborne division of some sort.
I mean, even airborne decks still have ground units. Maybe some light
Exactly.
tanks. You
Yeah,
can
that's
still
what I was
get
thinking.
infantry in ground transports.
Yeah, like the AMX 13s or whatever. Like, surely they could roll in.
Yeah, they definitely could, but I think I know what his motives are. You can see the Tigers both are trying to accompany that CV, which might actually sneak around. It's not being spotted by anything. I'm pretty sure the Humvee spotted it, but there's no way of knowing what was in that transport. Although you could assume that there's a CV in there because Charlie suddenly decapped and there was a helo
Yeah.
flying out of it, so
The OH-60 is coming down.
you'll
Like,
be able to spot it now. Yeah, it does
yeah.
spot it. But
Let's see
it's a bit
the
too
play.
late for that now because Alpha is somewhat defended at this point.
Yeah, also there's the extra CVs. Like if the Alpha CV goes down, it's not like the end of the world because you've got the Bonbu in Bravo and at Echo you got the high 80.
That's true, but if you capture your opponent's spawn, then it doesn't really matter if they have the rest of the map. If you hold both the spawns, and you can
I
just
think you forget this is private purgatory.
yeah, that's very true.
He didn't bring any troops before, so why would he now? We see the Tiger Hap going through.
Yeah,
Puma's still swinging around. The gun tank has come out though from Xander.
you should have bought those much earlier. Very useful to have.
Yeah, that gun tank would have dealt with that initial push very easily
Yeah.
compared to the Tansam short arrow, which just completely missed everything.
I'm really interested to see what he does with the CV though. Will he unload it early and then walk it in? Like,
One thing I'm wondering about is just like the use of these AH-1Js to like shoot down enemy aircraft, and why has that Tiger Hap got its Mistral turned off?
he's conserving ammo, you see.
Ah, yes, of
Oh, and
course.
he activated at the last second when the Cobra was at 1 HP. Oh my god.
Not even doing that.
We
Wow.
might have jinxed them there.
Such plays.
Yeah.
Such plays. Ninja is coming over. But the tiger does have its Mistral reactivated again. He was still sneaking all the way around.
Yeah, he's gonna unload at
Another
really.
gun tank arriving there.
Yeah, but they're all forward. There's still some places where this guy can unload his CV and decap Alpha, but he still
Yeah.
won't have anything to reinforce that command with, so it's gonna be pretty hard to keep that CV alive. And
And
15 minutes into this game, Xander still has not captured Charlie.
yeah.
I mean, at least send one Sachangsu forward just to see what's there. You're not really losing much. Um, Ninja, however, does take out the Hap
I
near
love the
Alpha.
way that Xander just like completely like those cobras went in and just both got shot down just so that ninja didn't have to worry. It's just like the sacrifice.
Yeah, but which was completely pointless because the
Yeah.
ninja can spot
No
every.
necessary.
Yeah.
Not necessary whatsoever.
Oh well. CV does get unloaded though. It's gonna try to walk into Alpha.
I think what's going to happen here is this Puma is going to bait away the helicopters
Oh
and
yeah.
make it seem as if there's nothing going on, and then the commander can just walk in there. However, there is the KFB 25 sort of waiting, so maybe it won't make it. But I mean, valiant effort.
Yeah, it's worth a shot in the very least. I also like how he's spamming Cassiopes, massing them for a final push,
Yeah.
but he's within range of Xander's units, so he's spotting him this whole time.
If it doesn't work, try again.
Yeah, didn't work the first time. Now it's gonna work with all these gun tanks and infantry on the field, surely.
uh,
And
you
that
never know.
ninja's still chasing the empty Puma. Oh wow.
They
Finally
caught
goes
up
down. Yeah.
eventually. Yeah. I'm surprised that command isn't even moving though. Like it's just sat there. I think maybe our Asian friend is just too busy microing these Cassiopes.
Yeah, most likely so. But to be fair, even if you did move it, there's no place you could safely walk to.
Oh, the
This Tan
damage
Sam
coming
is
out there.
gonna do a lot of damage though, yeah, especially with the supply truck parked nearby.
Oh, now the gun tank's turn.
Yeah, there's two of them now, which is even more dangerous. Especially considering his Cassiopes are grouped, so they might share some morale damage there.
Yeah.
Get stunned up. Can't
Yeah,
even
they're
kill
all
a
going
single
down.
one. Wow. 1 HP. Oh, they actually do kill one gun tank. It's totally worth all the point investment, surely.
How many points do you think actually went down there?
I mean,
That was pretty
Cassiope's
crazy.
40, and I don't really know how many there were, and there we go. He finally decides to throw in the towel.
Yeah, he finally decided that it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
After the 15 minutes and 53 seconds of that game.
God. In his defense, though, Xander should have definitely lost that game. Like, all
Yeah.
it would have taken is for the Asian player to just micro his Chasseurs a bit better and maybe unload slightly earlier than he did. And also a slight mistake in his initial force composition, having Tiger hats instead of Haps, but hey, that's private purgatory. But yeah, we have another game, so make sure you stick around. Okay, on to our third game. It's actually two rather high ranked players, so it's kind of interesting. Looking forward to this one. Uh, it's on team one. We have General Baguette playing, I'm assuming, Scandinavia. And on team two, we have Goldilocks, which I'm assuming he sent this, but probably shouldn't have said that because you can. Whoa, Goldie, what are you doing, Goldie? What is this? You seeing this?
I love that you call him Goldilocks, even though it's just Goldock.
I mean, I know him
It's
personally, that's why.
totally better. Totally better.
I don't know,
I'm
I'm kind
surprised the
of.
General Baguette isn't playing a French division on deck, to be honest.
It could be mixed, we don't know yet, but have to wait and see what he deploys. I'm assuming it's Scandi, but I wouldn't know.
Hey, the Type 59 push.
You know, I'm really kind
And
of
the DTR 48 push.
I'm really surprised Goldie is cheesing. I expected more of him, to be honest, but hey, anything for content, I guess.
More Type 59s. Can't get enough.
Yeah, and it looks like General Baguette is indeed playing Scandinavia because he did deploy a 1-1, which is a prototype exclusive to Scandinavia.
Yep.
Oh,
So we're gonna be seeing that come down, and well, it might be able to clean up some of those BTR 40s, but I'm not sure about the amount of the Type 59s that are coming down from Goldock.
oh, and the
There is this Hwasong
Hwasong
Chongs.
Chong, yeah. Although, here's the thing though, the BTR 40s are just a distraction. See, because they're wheeled, they'll get to the front faster. And because General Baguette is playing more meta, which is to go for the Bravo Forest below the town on this map, he's gonna scout that there. And he might assume that the shenanigans will be happening in the top half of the map. Whereas you see, the genius in Goldilocks' cheese is that he's cheesing down the bottom. At least that's what I'm assuming is gonna happen.
We're gonna zoom on through. He's mixed in a John Maho 4 there as well.
Oh, has he? Yeah, he has. I'm not sure how many points that is because there's like so many low-end tanks in Red Dragons that share the same name. Hard to keep track of them all.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up on the top side. Yeah, it looks like pretty standard stuff out of General Baguette over here.
Yeah, 2 CVs, some mortar, lots of recon, AA, STRFs and stuff. Yeah.
And there is the SDR V103D actually deploying on the bottom side. That actually could do a lot of damage to the Type 59s. It has a high rate of fire, doesn't it? But
Yeah, 15 rate of fire. Does a
I'm just
lot of damage to the low-end crap.
yeah. I'm kind of worried about like how much damage these Type 59s are going to do though when they start rolling up.
I mean,
More Hwasong Chong's going to the mid as well.
yeah, I'm not sure what Goldie's gonna do to be honest. Because his deployment looks really cheesy, but for all we know, maybe he's just gonna try and take Alpha or Foxtrot or something. I'm really not sure.
Like push through and then stop and then carry on.
Or maybe just unload in the towns or something. I honestly have no idea. Because he does have 2 CVs, which is not something you want to do when you're trying to end the game fast by decapping your opponent. And also,
Yeah.
Plunging Valley is one of the worst maps you can rush, at least with ground units, because of all these you know, the way the roads are shaped. They're all zigzag, they go through towns, they go through forests, it's very easy to get ambushed.
Yeah, it's also like there's no real direct path through the map, so you see it coming quite a long way off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And quite a long deployment for a 1v1 though. For
Yeah, I was
4
just
minutes
thinking
in.
that. But that UAZ is probably unnecessary unless, like you say, he is just going to try and push for the far side of Alpha and then just like hold rather than try and go the whole way.
Honestly not sure what's gonna happen. And finally the game starts, but look at General Baguette. Is that really 1,000 points in deployment? Certainly doesn't look like it.
And he's got some pretty expensive infantry on the top side, like in the Pat GB, like XA
That could be
180s.
it. Also starting with an FOB. Yeah, could be it. He's not sending anything to Foxtrot, and he's a brigadier. Okay. And I thought I was bad. Oh, alright.
Maybe he's just going to play around the top side, you know, like new strats.
Yeah, but in the very least, you always at least send one recon. Like, it is very common to give up Foxtrot as the blue side on this map, but you certainly want to. Okay, nah, there we go. Okay, he does deploy something, so I take it back. Everybody, calm down.
He's going to eventually bring that in. That's a quick little jeep, isn't it? So it should get down there pretty fast.
Yeah, but will it be fast enough to spot the blob? Because here's the thing, though. You know, Goldie is spamming all of his units down the bottom, and if he gets to like the plateau area that's leading directly to Charlie, Baguette's not gonna be able to spot it due to the elevation, which puts Goldie in a massive advantage to take Charlie over entirely.
Yeah, so there's now actually like 2 Chon Mahos in this convoy. You got the 60 points apiece, and they have the 2,275 meter range compared to the Type 59's shorter range. So it looks like those Type 59 are just going to be meat shields, and there's actually going to be a bit of punching power in that convoy coming down there.
No, there's a
Those
lot of it.
BTR-40s, though, look at how much damage they just did to those Volkskomjägers.
Wow, they absolutely melted them. But yeah, those BTR-40s are nothing but a distraction. But look how easily they got dealt with by the SDRF. That thing is beast.
Yeah, the 40mm auto cannons
Yeah,
ripping those to
shredding them.
shreds. And one of
One
them did
turret,
manage
yeah.
to break through.
It's gonna go
That's
all the way
incredible.
down to Charlie, it looks like. And look at the positioning of the CV in Charlie. It's completely undefended right at the edge there. But it doesn't look like Goldie's gonna move it at the top. I was kind of hoping he would go all the way around, but
Surely the Amos there with the heat rounds can hit it, though.
yeah. Oh, and Baguette does spot this convoy down the bottom, so he does have ample time to react now. The proper response would be to buy 84 infantry and scatter it all across the forest there. Or maybe just a 103D, as you said at the start of the game, with that rate of fire. It's incredible.
Yeah, although it won't last as long against two Chonmahos.
I
So there
mean,
is that.
they got 17 AP, and the STRF has 15 frontal armor, so depending on the range, it can actually last a bit. Also, those Chanmahos are notorious for horrible accuracy, so
Yeah. Well, one is coming in, the SDRV
yeah, it is.
23D on its way.
But you want to keep it at long range, and putting it where
Yeah,
he
that
initially
forest.
called it, yeah, is a bad idea. What he should do instead is just move it to his CV, and then he can cover the open ground here.
Yeah, he could have it on the top of that, like, sort of ridge on the other side.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That'd be a really good spot for it. Baguette reacting. Wow, he used the Amos to kill the
Yeah, that's what I
BTR
was
40.
saying.
Whoa.
The heat shells and that and can do the job, and they did.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, he's calling in helos. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, the
The
Ito's there.
Sean Mahos with the Strela shot it down. I've
Oh
never
my.
seen those hit before. Oh, and the Kustjäger misses, of course.
And they're gonna get stunned to death.
Wow.
Oh, look at the fireworks going off now. There's Chonmaho. Shots going everywhere, like
Unloading
the
the chunks of
Hwasong
it.
Chongs. Yeah.
Yeah. You should be keeping them in the back though. Don't want to sacrifice them too early. Oh wow, that was great play by Goldie. Fast moving the Type 59 so he can get side and rear armor on the SDRV.
Yeah, shooting it from like 100 different
Yeah.
directions.
The problem with the SDRV is that it doesn't have a stabilizer. It cannot fire on the move, so
Yeah, and it also is does not have a turret, so
yeah, that's the reason
that
why.
doesn't help either.
Both the CVs for Baguette are moving. Um, Certainly not holding on to Charlie. But one flaw that Goldie did is not having a CV along with this convoy, so won't be able to cap Charlie for himself, but he is at a +3 tick, which is rather incredible.
Yeah, he's captured the FOB, he's found the Amos there. He's basically just found that command. The last command's making a run for it.
As he should, because there's absolutely no way he's capping Charlie back. At least not with his commitment to pushing Delta. I would say, in case of a rush, that, you know, as we saw in the last games, going for your opponent's spawn is the smartest thing you could do, but not in this case, because Goldie didn't really do a full-on cheese. He did,
Yeah, he sort of half defended himself at the same
yeah,
time.
with a lot of crap units that are actually surprisingly holding the ground rather well.
I think it's because it takes time to just get through them, and you don't want to like run straight past them, or you do take unnecessary damage.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Who's Kusiega though, holding strong in Charlie,
Yeah,
chewing up those
they
Bachongsus
will
slowly but
mop them
surely.
up, especially with the fire support from the SDRV. But I don't know, I think Baguette really did the wrong move here. Maybe he should have pushed Delta, but not with all of his units. Maybe pull back one SDRV, a bunch of infantry, and things like that.
Oh, the SU-25K coming in, getting slammed by the LVKV.
Yeah.
That's on one health.
Yeah, that's a very lucky SU-25. He will make it out alive, actually. So that's a pretty big win for Goldie there.
The Gong Bob Yong having a go at the SDRV 102 there, or
Yeah,
121,
not.
but not really going to do too much. Just holding up, just wasting time, I guess.
Yeah, that's all
Because
Goldie's doing, is just buying time. He's not really reinforcing Echo though, but I don't really think he needs to at this point, at least.
This commando is zooming towards Delta.
Yeah, this isn't really a good
This is
idea
kind of
because
scary.
yeah, it's his last CV. I don't know why he's putting it all the way at the front there.
Ooh, SU-25K did go down.
Oh, wow, that's actually nice. The LVKV shot it down, I presume.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two of them on the field now. There's also the Rover RBS-90.
Yeah, I did fire some shots, so maybe it did help in that engagement. But yeah, Baguette doing a really bad move here by moving his CV all the way to Delta, because as you can see,
Yeah, it's
Charlie
so
got
far away.
completely cleared. There's
Yeah,
nothing there anymore.
that's what I was just thinking. Like,
Yeah.
there's literally nothing here. The Kosiega won against the Pachongsu. The STRVs like cleaned up all of the light vehicles. More likely kill the Chon Maho at close range as well. So yeah, I think it's a massive mistake. Although the Chon Maho is going to get the. Oh no, never mind. Didn't manage to turn around in time. Wasn't facing the right direction.
Even if it did, I doubt it could do enough damage, especially with
Yeah.
the rate of fire. If the STRV is forward facing and stopped in a forest, it usually wins a lot of CQC engagement against even tanks again upper in its class. Because in forest, doesn't really matter how much AP you have because of all the scaling. What does matter a lot more is the rate of fire there.
One thing that is interesting about this is General Baguettes is still doing a lot of damage to Goldox units and is slowly chewing up these Pachongsu, forcing back the UAZ and Delta.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just,
even gonna cap it.
I think the main problem is just that General Baguette is not going to be getting any reinforcements for a very long time.
He should move this CV back to Charlie now. I don't know why he even... He's
Yeah,
maybe hoping to cap Echo, but that's not really feasible. I
well, the
mean,
121 is zooming down there with the LVKV, and there's the XA180 going to lead the charge against those Type 59s, which are both going to miss.
no, they're not gonna do anything to this force here. Those tanks are horrible.
So yeah, the spam of these Type 59 is not going to work against a 121, and honestly, this command is getting its way closer and closer towards Echo, but the Hwasong Chong might zoom
Oh
up
no,
and
no,
oh no,
no! Don't tell me.
no.
Oh, but the LVKV can kill it though because it can shoot on ground units.
Yes, it
So.
can.
Oh, that was close actually.
Saved.
Really
Saved.
good reaction by Baguette there, for sure.
I was expecting that Hwasong Chong to come up and just snipe that
Yeah,
command. You never know what's going to happen in these games, and that was just something that I was waiting to see. But no, that command's finding its way slowly but surely into Echo, and Chonma Ho 5 is not really going to be good enough to go up against the SDRV 121.
No, but Baguette really needs to react much faster than what he is. Also, Goldie is not really responding too well to this. He should have bought some infantry. He might get a side shot there. Oh, and he does. Does knock off
Oh.
a bunch of HP. I think that was
The
4.
Type 59.
Oh my
Oh!
god.
Oh,
my
no.
god. How do you let that happen?
The 121 is dead now. Surely that's over. Like, General Baguette doesn't have the fuel to get back to his own base.
I mean, if he just waits it out, yeah, as you said, there's impossible. He does have more material advantage though.
The SDRV's not got any ammo left.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing that can kill the Type 59 or even the Chon Maho. Like,
Maybe
this LVKV can do damage against the BTR 40s, but
I could kill
not-
Type 59s and Chon Mahos, provided they get close enough. Does
Yeah.
have decent armor as well against that.
the weapons are turned off. Oh, okay, they're turned back on.
Yeah. Oh, but the CVs. Oh, no. Oh my
Oh!
god.
It was in line of sight.
General Baguette, how? How did you let that happen?
Oh.
He had that game. He definitely had it.
He did. Yeah, that 121 was making a charge and maybe went a bit too far.
I mean, if we begin to list all of his mistakes, we could sit here for another 20 minutes, but oh my god. Oh my god, that was such a wild ride. Thank you, Goldie, for submitting that. At least I'm assuming he's the one that submitted it. I'm not sure, could be wrong, but still. Well,
Interesting, to say the least.
Well, how are you enjoying this, Vulcan?
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
I'm certainly glad you like it, and yeah, well, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for submitting your games. There will be another episode airing on Vulcan's channel, so make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description. Subscribe and all that jazz.
Yeah,
And
thanks for having me along.
yeah, no problem. Maybe we can make this a more regular thing if you want from now on.
I'm sure everyone would love to hear that.
Yeah, well, it all depends on our viewers, though. You gotta keep submitting those games, otherwise, PP is dead without your support. So, yeah, as I already said, thank you so much for everything, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you later, guys.